There's so many different variations of loadouts, and right now, the Warzone meta feels pretty open to changes. Hey everyone, and welcome to Call of Duty ProGuides, where we discuss all things COD and keep you in the loop with great weapons, loadouts, updates, and more. My name's Scatter, and today, we're breaking down some of the main assault rifle loadouts to use in Season 3. We're also going to be working on a new video about the best snipers in Warzone, so be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it when it drops. Before we start talking about attachments and loadouts, we should address the assault rifle category itself. If you're new to Call of Duty, the assault rifle category holds weapons meant for medium to long range gunfights. This doesn't mean you can't use them for close range gunfights, just that you would have a better chance at winning with a submachine gun up close. For the assault rifle category in Warzone, there are a total of 20 ARs to choose from. Before Cold War added its weapons into Warzone, there were only about 13. Cold War has continued to add new weapons throughout its lifespan, so this number is subject to change. The overall thing you should know is that there are a lot of choices. Before the Season 3 update was made to Call of Duty, there were really only about 6 assault rifles that were considered meta weapons or guns that could hold their own within the game. Like mentioned before, it feels like a lot of the weapons right now can hold their own, and there isn't a clear-cut winner when it comes to what you should use. However, there are a couple that stand out. We started off our previous video with a loadout for the Cold War AK-47. If you're interested in that build, be sure to check it out because it is completely different from the loadout we're about to discuss. This updated class for the Cold War AK-47 is meant to be used more like an SMG. I know we just talked about how assault rifles are supposed to be used for medium to long range gunfights, but with the way Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War have built the gunsmith, you can adjust any gun to do virtually anything you'd like. It really does support almost all playstyles. For the attachments, try using the 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel, the Tiger Team Spotlight, KGB skeletal stock, 45-round mag, and the Serpent Wrap. This weapon build will have you in shock and might take a couple of games to get used to how it fires. It does a great amount of damage and can beat out some SMGs even close up. If anything, you could change up the attachments to slow it down a bit. I've found that when strafing, your sights almost turn sideways, but all this really means is that you're moving as fast as you can, which is a good thing. Before we move on to the next weapon, have you ever wanted to improve and up your skill or rank within a game? You're not sure how to go about it? At ProGuides, we have coaches that can help teach you how to improve, so use the link in the description or head over to ProGuides.com to elevate your game. The next assault rifle is an interesting one, but I do want to note that you should try out these classes and get the feel for them. Some people would prefer the XM4 over an AK-47, but it's all a matter of preference, so be sure to try them out and find your rhythm. Make sure you don't just stick to what you're used to, but try out new weapons. Who knows, maybe you'll find a new favorite weapon. The XM4 has always been a great weapon in Cold War and has had its moments in Warzone. With this build, it is meant to be a faster moving AR, so try to use it in closer to medium range gunfights. This class uses the agency suppressor to help with recoil and give you better effective damage range and bullet velocity. It also makes sure you're off the radar. The 13.5 Task Force barrel will make the weapon even stronger and up your strafe speed. Make sure you use the Field Agent foregrip though to help you with your recoil, and the 45-round mag so that you have the extra bullets but don't slow down your weapon too much. The last attachment you should be using is the Raider Pad stock to help you get your gun up faster than your opponents. The AMAX has been a pretty solid weapon in Warzone for a while now. Personally, I haven't used it due to the challenge to unlock it, but regardless, I constantly get recommendations to use it. I can't speak much on the class personally, but from what I've heard, the class to use is the Monolithic Suppressor, XRK Zodiac S440 barrel, VLK 3.0 optic, Commando foregrip, and the 45-round mag. I did test this loadout in a custom game to get the feel for it, and this build is solid. It doesn't have much recoil and is easy to control while still being able to dish out damage at longer ranges. Be sure to give this weapon a try. Before we talk about one of the last weapons, comment down below what your answer is to the question of the day. What did you think of the crossover between Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Warzone? I was hesitant at first with the addition of all the weapons and the combination of the battle pass between the games, but after it settled, I think it made the game much better. We got new weapons to use in Warzone, and it is a nice benefit to be able to level up the battle pass on both sides. Just like the AMAX, I haven't used the RAM much, but do get recommendations for it in Warzone. I know it's a fan favorite for some, but I have always stuck to weapons like the Grau, M4A1, and the FFAR. It seems like the popular loadout to use is the Monolithic Suppressor, FSS Ranger Barrel, PBX Hollow 7 Sight, Commando Foregrip, and the 50 round mag. Personally, I like using the VLK 3.0 optic versus the Hollow Sight, but the Hollow Sight still is great. The recoil on the RAM is a bit odd. It starts off like normal recoil going straight up, and after a good amount of bullets, it starts to pull to the left. This might make it tough in certain situations, so keep this in mind. In our past video, we did discuss loadout options for the Krig 6 and the Farah 83, so be sure to check those out if you're interested. They are both great weapons for the current meta. However, I find that the Farah has too slow of an ADS speed and the Krig has an odd recoil pattern. Regardless, they both deal a good amount of damage. Some of the other weapons that do well in Warzone are the Grau, M4A1, Kilo, and FFAR. We won't be breaking them down too much, but still wanted to give you the loadout in case you wanted to try it out. As you can see on screen, this Grau loadout is great for medium range gunfights and has almost zero recoil. If you want to be able to see at longer ranges, you can change out the loadout to this so that you have the VLK 3.0 optic equipped. For the M4A1, I recommend using this loadout. The recoil is non-existent on this build and gives you a great time to kill. This weapon is always a solid choice to use. The Kilo is almost identical to the M4A1. This loadout has almost no recoil as well. It does struggle a bit at long range, but isn't terrible. Similar to the M4A1, it will always be a solid choice for a loadout. The last weapon is the FFAR, and it has been bullied with the recent updates. It's tough to know what to use for this weapon, but this first class is great to shoot a bit farther even though it's mainly a close-up weapon, and the second class is ideal for in-your-face gunfights. Anyways, I hope you learned something today and enjoyed the video. If you want to stay in the loop with all things COD, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on new Call of Duty topics. Be sure to comment down below if you have any suggestions on COD topics you'd like us to break down. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.